What's your pleasure, sir?
All right, well, welcome to another episode of the Cinephiles and Cenobites podcast. My name is Onofre, and with me, the other half of this show, and my hetero life mate, Mox.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on? All right, so
Not
today
too much.
we're going to be reviewing an indie flick, My Hindu Friend.
Yes.
And just to let you know, My Hindu Friend, available on
Depending
Amazon,
where you are in the world, yeah, it just dropped.
Amazon, iTunes, In Demand, DirecTV, Vudu, Google Play, Fandango, Vimeo On Demand, Flix Fling, Hoopla, AT&T, Xbox, Sony, and Sling Dish. Yeah, My Hindu Friend is written and directed by Hector Babenco. And the film stars Willem Dafoe, Maria Fernando Candido, Reynaldo Giannettini.
Giannaccini.
Yes. So, brief premise of My Hindu Friend. Diego, a film director, very close to death, surrounded by people who are having trouble dealing with his current tempestuous mood. Chances are he won't survive, but if he does, that means he needs to relearn how to live. And so, My Hindu
Yes.
Friend is kind of basically almost a self-reference biopic about the writer and director himself, Hector Babenco.
Yes, and it feels very much so. Like it exists with kind of a foot in autobiography.
Yeah, so I don't know if I mean if this is I mean it's a biopic, but like if all the things in it are real or actually happened.
And the movie, how it moves, I mean, you're never really certain of a lot of things. It has a lot of dreamlike qualities to its narrative and to its structure, right? Like how we were kind of discussing, you're not entirely sure a lot of times where you are chronologically with some of the events.
Sure, yeah, and the only different like timestamps is like Willem Dafoe's character has hair towards the end, so it's a significant
Or
amount of
where his
time.
weight is at. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh fuck. How's that opening scene? Dude looked worse than fucking Christian Bale in The Machinist. Like fucking weighed like 3 pounds soaking wet.
Oh
He's
yeah.
so bones and fucking dying and decrepit. Like, oh fuck.
And just to bring up a scene in, in the beginning, I think it was even after that scene where he meets the woman.
Yeah.
Like that's was
You mean
that
the
when
Randall woman?
that was kind of a bit of a rando part, and
Yeah, it was. Actually, there's a lot of left random turns. So that's what I mean. You know, it's.
but now that I
But you know,
go
it
ahead, go ahead.
gives you a feeling like maybe how he's feeling because he's in this fucking medical state of maybe almost dying and his life is all fucking in upheaval. Maybe that's why the events sometimes feel so scattered because that's how he feels.
Sure, sure. And now that I think of it, because so this movie it like I want to say the first half shows his relationship with his wife,
Yeah.
and then he meets his little Hindu friend, which is like just a small part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then but it has really big impact, I think, on Diego, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last half of the movie is him just relearning to live, right? You know, he's cleared of his cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets to make the movie. And again, this movie does jump in and out of
Mm-hmm.
reality. There's some surrealism, and it kind of in
Yeah.
that artsy kind of way, because we have that person who I want to use air quotes is
Right.
basically death, right?
Yeah.
The guy with the
He's
suitcase.
from the company.
The
Yeah.
company, right? So I thought that was kind of an interesting way to present it to him, right? You know, and then towards the end, spoilers, you know, Oh, an Israeli investor bought the company, so I'm out of the job. I,
Right.
I don't know if I was poking fun at anything, but okay, so you don't have to worry about me. I'm not coming for you.
Hmm.
But again, to that beginning scene, right when he meets the
Well,
woman.
Israeli, they're what, Jews, right? Jesus was a Jew. I don't know if that's the
Oh, some kind
inference.
of like a infer
Like
like
he's, God has,
said.
given him this rebirth. So death, he's not on my list for now.
Ah, right,
I
right.
don't know, but this movie's just weird. It's one of those read whatever the fuck you want into it. I did like how they don't give you any obvious cues, but you still feel that this guy is sort of representative of something afterlife ish, yeah. And there's that. I like that subtlety rather than, at least in the context of this movie, it would have felt really out of place if they cued the lights up to turn colors or give like a fucking aura when this guy came in to let you know this is this kind of sequence.
Oh, sure, yeah, because they kind of just introduce him, right?
Yeah, he just is there, and at first he's a dude, like all right,
Yeah,
but then he's a weird dude,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then he talks around shit, right? And also Willem Dafoe's character, he seems to be kind of in on it, like he's aware that this dude is that dude, and he
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of coyly banters with him about, you know, oh yeah, who you work for? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You here for me?
Right, right. Um, so going back to yeah that beginning scene. Well, because I think
It sets the stage.
yeah. So there are bits and pieces of those kind of uh,
Hmm.
well, we'll call it rando scenes, right?
We'll call it
Where
that. Yeah,
he kind of
surreal, rando, fucking what?
well he in terms of his uh I guess his hookups, right? I don't know if this
Hmm.
I wouldn't call it a hookup, but like so he meets these um women at different points of his life, but then like his relationship, we don't see that kind of relationship with his wife. It's more like his wife was there just for emotional support.
Hmm.
And then he does mention that there's no coitus for
Hmm.
5 years, and I'm wondering if that's like um mostly due to his, I guess, his relationship with his wife. Like that was very representative. Like they weren't intimate at all, but he was able to be intimate with these strangers, basically.
Well, physically
Yeah,
intimate, right? I think he's emotionally intimate with her. He's kind of done that separation thing,
yeah,
the
but she's
Madonna horror thing, right?
and the sad thing was she wasn't. At first, she was invested, and then now she's like,
Hmm.
"No, I'm not." Like,
Because right at a certain point, you want to have that 360 and not just that one side. Like
yeah,
I think it was the mirror has two faces, right? It's like fuck, yeah, I'll hold your hand too, but also we gotta fuck.
right. And then but like, yeah, I did feel that part of that relationship, like, ooh, this condition of his had taken
Hmm.
its toll on their relationship, even
For
though she
sure,
knew what she was getting into.
for
Like
sure.
she knew, or at one point, or at a certain point, she's like, I can't do this anymore, and
Yeah,
so that kind of just
it's
ended.
understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
kind of abruptly too, but you,
yeah,
you did feel it building, of course, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's
and
an untenable.
and she was a good wife. Like she was there at the
Fuck
hospital.
yeah.
You know.
Anybody should be so lucky. Also, his character, he's not like a great guy. He's kind of a prick. But you forgive it because it opens and he's dying. Like, oh, okay.
And just the way he was at his party, like
Right?
it's like
Straight
whoa.
up, like,
It's like that is that how
oh
those
fuck.
parties go? Like damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck that. That's fucking will get your ass beat. You lucky you dying, you piece
you,
of shit. Oh,
you
he laid into his man a good one. Like, hey man, I know you saw my movie and you didn't like it because you didn't say anything about it, but you didn't understand it. You got to watch it again. He's like, nah, dude, I did watch it again.
yeah.
It's actually a feature length mayonnaise commercial because you fucking suck. So,
Oh,
do what you do, fucking selling shit. You're a fucking creepy
Yeah.
salesperson. You ain't an artist.
Some people can be blind. I mean, and it's odd because that's like the wedding after party, and everyone
Hmm,
knows
hmm.
he's like, on death's door. It's like, how do
Yeah,
you
it's
like
there's a
just let it
dissonance of
go?
happy, sad, right? Like, yeah, married. Ooh, might be dying.
Yeah. So, and then that party was just like, you want to see these? I'm like, is she really gonna just do that? Oh, she did. You know.
Apparently,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, and that's not a Hollywood party, right? They're
What I think that's like artists, like
art.
they feel very bohemian, like old bohemians. Like, ugh, I don't want to be in that creepy shit. The next step up from that is Eyes Wide Shut. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh wow.
Fuck hanging around with that, and
Yeah.
like that's how you tear into your friends. Like,
Mm.
I mean, I know you're dying, so yeah, maybe I might say some cruel shit too, but that was unnecessarily savage.
Yeah, that was a pretty savage. Like you definitely feel it, and I mean, you see it, you hear it. That part of his life, or and at that point of his life, right? I mean, it's
Yep.
just weird. It's a weird after party. Like he just got married, so things are supposed to be happy, But then,
Yeah.
you already see like, there's that um family turmoil, like the whole
Oh
relationship
yeah.
with the dad and the siblings, and then the
Yeah.
sibling asking for $1 million, and the way he's
Right.
portrayed, it's like, oh my god, like,
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. The director and I guess the actors, it without like telling you, they give you the vibe of to be biased against a lot of characters. One of them is the brother. Like he's just ooh.
yeah,
Before we even find out, like, what you gonna fucking be petty about your dying brother? Like, I don't give a fuck about the beef. Like, you got an organ or marrow or whatever that you can help to save your brother. Like, I don't give a fuck what you guys' beef is. Fucking you give it. And then after that, you come sour or whatever. Don't be. And then charging $1 million, you
oh,
fucking
right, oh my
piece of
god,
shit.
and like, and just yeah, the way he's portrayed, like at one point, I swear he was sitting,
Oh, yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk to the doctor. The doctor's just giving him the cold shoulder, like, just, you're not the patient here. I know you're the donor, but I
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're
It's not
irrelevant.
about you.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
about you, right? And
You
he's
can sit
sitting
over
there
there and
with, like, I think he pissed his pants. Like, it was just odd. And then later they kind of forgive each other, or they establish their relationship at the end. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't thinking, like, now we're cool, and that's fine. That's, forgive and forget at the end. And then there's this, like, just batches of it,
Of that shit.
of like, it's not voyeuristic, you know, but I mean, they got that one scene where he's kind of just peeping at his wife, but while she gets dressed. But there's that second hookup
I know.
with the another strange woman. And it's weird. Yeah, we see different parts of that, like, even with his wife, right?
Hmm.
When we see that particular scene, um, in the house, right, where he finds her in the bathroom, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I guess he feels kind of guilty. Was that like a guilty shot? Like, he can't do anything about that. Like, so he's got to see her do this to herself.
I guess I don't know. I see. I was thinking maybe it could have been one of those surreal things where it's happening in his mind. This is, it's manifesting. This is how it's projecting out into the actual. I don't know if that was actually something that was existing in real life, and
Hmm.
if it was, it just was weird as fuck. But there's a lot of like weird as fuck. This movie is bizarre, but there's some real moments of honesty, I feel.
Sure.
But I'm glad that it upticked at the end, but not in an overly like every we won the fucking Super Bowl and the kid with cancer got a new kidney, yay.
Yeah.
It was positive, but still kind of like there's still a lot of sadness, because life. But the movie was kind of depressing a lot in the middle.
Sure. And then like he he found someone where we get an actual like this sexy, like it's not gratuitous, right? It's symbolic of his in that point of his life, because like throughout the movie, right, random hookups, can't please the wife. Okay, now he's like this. Seeing it was uh impactful, I mean, in a lot of ways, right? Like for his character,
Well, that's the note that we leave the story on too, right?
right. Like, yeah, this is him, second chance at life, and he's able to do things that he wasn't able to do
It
before.
would do.
Sure.
Right.
But I mean, the whole did it have to end on like a singing
Yeah,
in the rain?
I know. Yeah, that was, and they held it
They
and
held it,
held
yeah.
it and held it. I was like, okay, they're gonna cut away now. Nope, nope. Wow. Okay.
Maybe that's
Okay.
like representative of all the things he loved in life. Old time cinema.
Right. Right.
You know, um, uh,
Sexy lady
Sexy,
dancing.
beautiful woman dancing in the rain, dancing for
Right.
him, right?
But it's sexy because she's having fun. She wasn't. It wasn't like a stripper dancing or like trying to like.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just.
It was more like, oh, it's one of
It
those
just
moments I
was
can do this.
awesome.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I
and you
really
see it
would
on
have
his
loved to have been
face,
there.
right? He's
Yeah.
like, "This is what I love. Thank you. This is life. It's
No,
great. I'm happy."
this rules. Yep.
Very, very
We all
interesting.
need a little bit of the Hindu friend.
Yeah, and this gives you a chance to check out this director's other work too, which was a lot of it in the early '80s or mid to late
He had some
'80s.
major works too, right? Ironweed,
Ironweed. There's
Kiss of the Spider. I think that was
Kiss
like
of the Spider
Oscar
Woman.
nominated and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they do reference one of his past films in the movie. If you check out his work and then watch the movie, or other way around, I think they probably do lay some
Yeah.
Easter eggs in there.
So yeah, this movie is being released posthumously. He passed away in 2017.
2016, according to
2016.
IMDb. Yeah, my Hindu friend,
Hindu friend, my little.
my little friend, my Hindu friend, filmed by Hector Babenko. Yeah, heard it here. Go watch CC.
Watch CC.
All right. Well, that is it for this episode. Thank you for checking it out. Be sure to check out this episode's show notes for links to all our social media sites. But other than that, be sure to visit our website, nekkomedia.com. That's NEKKO media.com.
.com.
And we also be on Twitter and Instagram. Very active on both of those. And you can check those out at cynical_mass. That's CINECAL_MASS. And feel free to get in touch through email, cinephiles and cenobites@gmail.com. Any movie recommendations, we'd love to check it out. Any screeners?
Any screeners?
We'd love to review. Any potential guests? Yeah, we love having guests on the show too.
Yeah, if you're a filmmaker, fucking hit us a line and we'll get you on the show. Ask you your top 6 movies and what it's like to be an artist like you.
Oh, yes. And any fellow cinephiles and cenobites. You are welcome.
Yes.
Any place that they can hit you up, Marks?
At villainous_kind. Instagram and fucking Twitter. But don't bother. I rarely check it except when I'm drunk. So
okay.
I'd either send it to Ono or the show.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at ThisIsOno. That's This Is OHNO. Same goes for Instagram.
Oh
no. Yup. All right. Well, thank you again. Take it away, Annika.
This has been a Nekko Media podcast broadcasting from the Blood Cave, part of the /Potter family. For myself, Annika Pussyfoot, Mox, and Ono, keep the lights on and check under that bed because there's only one universal truth. No lives matter. That means you. Stay rating, Wokeland.
We have candy. Podcast. Tiger Shit Podcast. In your face, in your dreams. Shit Podcast. Tiger Shit Podcast. We broadcast it. Shit Podcast. Tiger Shit Podcast. In your face, in your dreams. Shit Podcast. This is a Nekko Media podcast.